Fascinating American history and ancient farming secrets. From prehistoric megacities to Revolutionary War farming tactics, American history is packed with surprising twists. And the ancient peoples who lived here were agricultural geniuses long before Europeans arrived. Below is a deep dive into the most educational yet entertaining facts about America's past, with a special focus on lost farming techniques of native civilizations. 1. The first Americans. Ice Age pioneers and forgotten crops. Historical insight. For years, historians believed the Clovis culture were the first Americans, but footprints in New Mexico and tools in Texas suggest humans arrived thousands of years earlier, possibly by coastal migration along the Pacific. Fun farming fact. The earliest known crop in America, squash. Seeds from 10,000-year-old wild squash were found in Maine. Ancient Native Americans in the Southeast built massive earthworks and traded seeds across hundreds of miles without horses or wheels. To Cahokia, North America's greatest ancient city. Historical insight. Around AD 1050, near modern-day St. Louis, Cahokia was home to 20,000 people, bigger than London at the time. Its centerpiece, Monk's Mound, is still the largest pre-Columbian earthwork in the Americas. Fun farming fact. Cahokians perfected Three Sisters, agriculture, planting corn, beans, and squash together. The beans added nitrogen to the soil, acting as a natural fertilizer. They also grew a now extinct giant corn variety, with cobs twice the size of modern ones. 3. The Anasazi, desert farming wizards. Historical insight. The ancestral Pueblones of the Southwest built cliff dwellings like Mesa Verde. Fun farming fact. They engineered advanced irrigation canals and terraced fields to capture rainwater. They stored thousands of bushels of corn in sealed stone granaries to survive droughts. Some of their ancient maize varieties are still grown today by Hopi farmers. 4. The Revolutionary War's secret wheat war. Historical insight. During the Revolution, the British burned American wheat fields to starve Washington's army. In response, George Washington urged farmers to plant less wheat and more flax. To hurt Britain's textile industry. Fun farming fact. Native Americans taught colonists to grow sunflowers. Domesticated 5,000 years ago in Arizona, Thomas Jefferson smuggled Italian rice seeds in his pockets to boost American farming, risking execution if caught. 5. The Mandan tribe. Master corn breeders. Historical insight. The Mandan people of North Dakota were farming experts who lived in earth lodge villages along the Missouri River. Lewis and Clark wintered with them in 1804 and were amazed by their crops. Fun farming fact. The Mandan grew 17 varieties of corn, including rare blue corn used in sacred ceremonies. They developed drought-resistant strains that could survive the harsh plains climate. 6. The Dust Bowl. America's worst farming disaster. Historical insight. In the 1930s, overplowing and drought turned the Great Plains into a dust bowl. Huge black blizzards of dirt swept across the country, even reaching New York City and ships in the Atlantic. Fun ancient fact. The Anasazi faced a similar crisis in AD 1200. Drought forced them to abandon their cities. Modern no-till farming is based on Native American techniques. 7. Benjamin Franklin versus the bald eagle. Historical insight. Historical insight. Franklin hated the bald eagle as America's symbol, calling it a lazy thief. He wanted the wild turkey instead, a bird Native Americans had domesticated 2,000 years earlier. Fun farming fact. The Chinook people of the Pacific Northwest built stone-walled clam gardens in tidal flats, one of the world's oldest forms of aquaculture. 8. The Great Potato Famine started in the U.S. Historical insight: the Irish potato famine actually began when infected potatoes from American farms were shipped to Europe. The disaster led to 1 million Irish deaths and mass immigration to America. Fun ancient fact: the Choctaw Nation, despite suffering the Trail of Tears, donated 172 Ireland in 1847. An incredible act of generosity. 9. The Hopewell, America's lost trade empire. Historical insight: the Hopewell culture built massive geometric earthworks in Ohio. They traded obsidian from Wyoming, shells from Florida, and silver from Canada, proving ancient America had a vast trade network. Fun farming fact: they grew tobacco 2,000 years before Columbus, the oldest evidence of its cultivation in the world. 10. America's oldest continuous farm. Historical insight: the Tuttle Farm in New Hampshire was the oldest continuously family-run farm in America, operating for 378 years. Fun ancient fact: the Hohokam people of Arizona built 1,000+ miles of irrigation canals, some still used today in Phoenix. Final thought: America's history is older, weirder, and more advanced than most people realize. From desert farming on Osazi to corn-breeding Mandans, Native Americans were agricultural innovators long before Europeans arrived. Want more? Let me know if you'd like a deep dive into Native American trade routes, lost crops, or colonial farming wars.